there, Evan Hirsch here. Welcome back to another episode of the Energy MD podcast, where we help you resolve your chronic fatigue, long COVID, and MCAS by finding and fixing the real root causes of your symptoms, a combination of heavy metals, chemicals, molds, infections, and trauma, what I call the toxic five. So really excited about today's episode because today we're going to be speaking with a participant in our program, and we're going to hear how they resolved their fatigue and other symptoms. So sit right back and let's jump into it. Hey, Megan, thanks so much for joining me today and sharing your story with us.
Yeah, hi, Dr. Evan, no problem.
So when you first came to see us, what were the symptoms that you were struggling with?
I had a lot of symptoms. My nervous system had kind of gone haywire, and I had blurry vision, and I was dizzy, and I felt faint often. Like I had kind of like this tingling sensation that would go up my body. I had neuropathy in my feet, mostly, some numbness and tingling on the left side of my body, especially. Um, I had fatigue and was tired and had a really hard time making it through any sort of exercise or activity outside of being home. And yeah, those are kind of the main ones.
Yeah. And you were sensitive to a lot of things, right? The
Yeah.
MCAS, and it's really hard to take supplements. And how did this affect your life? I know you got a couple kids. Was it hard for you to be there
Yes,
for them?
it was. It definitely changed everything. And they knew that they had to be much more patient with me, which, nobody was used to with your mom. They wanted me to show up. But I had a much harder time showing up and taking care of them. I still could function to do that, but, it definitely affected my ability to do that um, for sure. So.
And do you remember what your energy was at out of 10 when you first started?
I think it was maybe around a 4. It was hard. I could maybe leave the house and do one activity. But it was hard, even like going to the grocery store, basic things that, I needed to do in order to take care of my family. I had a really hard time going because lights would bother me. Things on the shelf would look like they were moving. My vision was really strange in places like that. So it was really hard to do much outside of being home and trying to heal. So.
And where's your energy at out of 10 now?
I would say it's like an 8 now. So yeah, so I have been able to exercise. I feel much stronger, much more confident in myself. I'm able to take care of my family again and get them to everywhere they need to go. And I'm now working a job 4 days a week. And
Mhm.
so it's been huge. It's been a huge shift,
And your sensitivities have decreased significantly? Yeah.
significantly to the point where they are almost non-existent. So I don't have my symptoms have pretty much dissolved, which has been amazing, especially during, when you have them, you feel like you're going to have them forever. And,
Mhm.
you often ask yourself the question of, well, is this what my life is going to look like from here on out? And do you have hope? And just being able to find that was huge through a lot of mind work and being mindful and, doing a couple of different programs with that as well. So yeah, it's been a huge shift. It's so
Yeah.
nice to have the 8 out of 10 again and be able to feel functional.
Yeah, you've done such amazing work.
Mm.
You've done the mindset work and the nervous system retraining in addition to the physical stuff. And so, what would you say to somebody right now who's struggling with MCAS and low energy? Do you have a message of hope for them?
I think just to not give up. I think that's the biggest piece is to just keep feeling like there is hope and knowing that it's possible to heal and also to just really try to take your time to do it because I think, we all want to rush it, but to keep the positive mindset that this will happen and that you can do it, which seems so simple, but I had to just use really basic sayings to myself a lot. But it was huge. I think, it really helped me pivot out of it and just to kind of continue to know, that you can love yourself and come out of it. So,
Mhm. Brilliant. And do you remember why you joined our program? Why you chose me to be your
Oh, because
guide?
you're amazing.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I had tried a lot of things on my own, which were kind of helpful, but then I had heard you in an interview, and you just really resonated your calm and your strength, and it just helped me feel peaceful and calm and grounded. I feel like you really resonate that grounding vibe. And then having the whole program also being part of the online community, having your mindfulness piece, having the, one-on-one calls and just being available. I felt like I tried so many other programs that weren't available.
Hmm.
And I would feel so sick and feel like I needed help and I couldn't ask questions. So to be able to have availability was huge. So yeah,
And
it's
I
amazing. The program, there's nothing else like it. So,
Oh, you're so sweet. And that means a lot because, I do try to encourage people to ask questions. And so, when people have a lot of questions, oftentimes they feel like those questions aren't welcomed. But do you feel like that they were welcome?
oh yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Every time.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Thank you, Megan. So if you have chronic fatigue, long COVID, or mast cell activation syndrome, and you're looking for help, check us out at energymdmethod.com. We have a program for almost every single budget, and we're here to help. I hope you learned something on today's podcast. If you did, please share it with your friends and family and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. It's really helpful for getting this information out to more people who desperately need it. Sharing all the experts I know and love and the powerful tips I have is one of my absolute favorite things to do. Thanks for being part of my community. Just a reminder, this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional care by a doctor or other qualified medical professional. It is provided with the understanding that it does not constitute medical or other professional advice or services. Thanks for listening and have an amazing day.